So it looks like things could be going from bad to worse with Doctor Who. Now there's talk that the Christmas special is going to be canceled, delayed until next year because they can't find anybody who wants to take over as the new Doctor.
Well, why would they? It's like a toxic franchise. I wouldn't want to touch it either. But they would have had to. But it's already May. Like, if you want to have a Christmas special, wouldn't you have already had to start it by now? Like, you would already had to been filming, I would think, to have time to edit, add special effects, all that. I would have assumed it should have been done by now.
Well, the only way they could probably do it now is if they did it on the cheap, which, the BBC doesn't have Disney's money anymore. So if they were going to do it, it would be on the cheap. It'd be like, yeah, let's just, throw something together. The Doctor's on Earth. That's going to take place in a coffee shop. They're going to talk for an hour about the meaning of Christmas and also every other holiday to make sure we're plenty diverse.
Oh, right. You can't. Yeah, it has to be the winter celebration.
The winter solstice special.
What did they end it with Billie Piper? Well, we'll go get Billie Piper to do it.
Well, okay. So the rumor was Billie Piper was only coming back for that one special, and then she was going to pass the doctorship off to somebody else. She was not going to be the permanent replacement, and she was only called because Ncuti Gatwa noped out at the last minute, and they didn't know who else to call. They're like, get Billie Piper. She likes Doctor Who.
Gonna call Billie Piper.
Yeah, so they brought her in, and they don't even know Russell T Davies doesn't even know what the deal is with her yet. Like, if she is technically a doctor or if she's Bad Wolf or...
I don't know. Do we trust any of these writers to know what technically is going on? Because they've just screwed everything up anyway. I mean...
See, also Stephen Moffat, who set all this stuff up, and then the payoff was just like, what the hell? What the hell was that? Like, that was the Pandorica? That's what yeah, whatever. That's the silence? Come on. But still better than the crap we've got.
Was interesting. But anyway.
It was interesting, but they didn't really flesh out, like, the whole, like,
did we ever... fleshed out shit other than the fact we're going to retcon everything.
Yeah.
I mean, that, it hasn't been good for a while. And nobody wants it because it is, kryptonite to your career. It's career kryptonite.
And that's what they said. We covered this before. That it's so bad. Ncuti Gatwa was out there on the British version of Saturday Night Live, which I didn't even know was a thing until recently, but they have a British Saturday Night Live, and he was making fun of the ratings being terrible. And they said last year that they can't find another doctor because nobody wants the role, because everybody who touches this role winds up infected. But the nice thing about it is, you can bring old doctors back who still want to do it, just don't ruin their doctors. Like David Tennant came back and you had to ruin his doctor. But you could go get Peter Capaldi and you could give him some good scripts with a different showrunner.
Well, then why isn't David Tennant coming back and doing it? I don't know. The whole thing just, I know. It's just, to me, it's just weird. Like, nobody's going anywhere near it.
No.
And I can't blame them. But to be fair, it's not just the actors. What they're given to work with is a lot of crap too.
Yeah.
It hasn't been good for a while as far as the writing.
And at this point, like, if you're going to get people back to Doctor Who, you're going to have to knock it out of the park. And you can't just like phone in a Christmas special and just, bring in a bunch of cameos and be like, there you go, guys. This is what you wanted, right? We'll just bring Billie Piper back again.
By now, I don't see how they could do it, because till you get it filmed, unless you filmed it in record time, I would have thought you had to have filming done by now and be working on other things to have it ready in time. But that's just me.
Who knows? Film it on an iPhone, call it a day, whatever. It doesn't matter. Nobody's going to watch it.
Fans will probably use AI or use their phones to make a better Doctor Who special, holiday special, than what they give us anyway. So there is not an official Doctor Who holiday special. Somebody will make one.
So let's talk about this before we get into it any further. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. You'll get a woohoo if you do.
Woohoo!
This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
This is Clownfish TV, and if you'd like more of us, go out to more.clownfishtv.com. That's more.clownfishtv.com for more Clownfish TV episodes you will not find here on YouTube, and also check out the audio version of our show wherever you find audio podcasts. So thank you very much for that. We're not canceled yet. We'll see. We'll see how YouTube goes. But I think it's funny, the Radio Times, their reaction to it's like, new Doctor Who special tipped to be delayed. The beloved series may just be experiencing a time jump through to Easter of 2027 instead. We're just barely an inconvenience.
Radio Times is always like, such a suck up to Doctor Who. It's ridiculous. Hey, back to my thing about fans making their own. Hear me out. Fans can make their own Christmas special with AI. But the joke is, the doctor's coming because we need to come to Earth to stop the data centers because they're being run by the Daleks.
The Daleks data centers.
But that would be what was ironic because you have to use the data centers to generate the AI Christmas special.
Oh my God!
But the data centers are being run by Daleks, and it's basically they're just a front to convert people.
Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff. They just, oh my God, the Daleks delete themselves by shutting down the data centers or something.
I don't know. I'm just saying it'd be funny. It'd be funny if it'd be funny if the theme of it was to stop data centers while they're using data centers to generate the video. That was my joke. Anyway.
That's actually par for the course because all these celebrities are complaining about AI and stuff. They're in movies using AI. Mm-hmm. It's like that's where your paycheck's coming from, bitch. Anyway, yeah, they said that. I love how they're just trying to put a nice spin on. There have been long-held plans for the show to return at Christmas, with showrunner Russell T Davies previously stating that BBC bosses were left with jaws agape, loving it when he shared plot
apparently
details.
Didn't.
The Sun claims that festive special may be pushed back. No, here's what's going on. They're trying to be nice. Nobody wants to be the Doctor. They don't even have. My understanding is there wasn't even a script written. He didn't even know what the hell Billie Piper was supposed to be.
Their mouths were open, and they were just it was open in amazement, not for something else.
Oh my God! Somebody call Captain Jack. I don't think he's.
I don't think you need
back.
to. If Davies is there, it's good. You don't need Captain Jack.
Oh my God! So, yeah, their mouths were probably wide open because they're like,
"How dumb are you?"
How we didn't. Wait, you don't have a script? Like, we got to start filming this shit next week. And their mouths are open because Disney is not putting anything into their mouth now. They're not feeding them anymore. So they're probably going to delay it as long.
I'm being good. There's so many jokes I could just do right now, but I'm going to behave.
No, Mickey, how could you do this to us? Doctor Who TV UK has a Doctor Who's previously announced Christmas special could be in doubt, with The Sun reporting the show is struggling to lock down an actor to play the Doctor. Who the hell would want the job?
Remember there used to be like stiff competition to see who would. I know. After I said it, I regretted that decision.
Who wants to be the next Doctor? Who is the stiffest one of all?
It's a stiff competition because Davies demands it. Anyway, no, like there would be it would be like a big competition to see who got to be the Doctor. It was huge. Everybody wanted the position, and now they're just like,
yeah. It was always like they always had like some big announcement. Like I remember people would speculate for months, like who's the next Doctor? They cast next Doctor. They would have betting pools. Like it was a big deal, and now it's like, who's dumb enough to sign on to play Doctor Who? Like who the hell wants to commit career suicide by becoming the Doctor? And that's where we're at.
It's not the actor's fault. I mean, what they have to write with or work with the writers, what the writers give them, has been crap. So even if you have a decent actor, that doesn't guarantee it's going to be a good Doctor Who run. You don't have any power over that. The writer gives you shit to work with, then that's what you have to work with.
So they said what they think is going to happen is they're going to have Billie Piper at Easter time. Surprise. Billie
Are you
Piper.
allowed to do it at Easter time? Isn't it going to be the spring extravaganza?
The spring extravaganza, yeah. Well, Piper's surprise appearance at the end of Series 15 immediately sparked speculation that she could take center stage in whatever came next. The BBC has yet to clarify whether she's playing the Doctor, a version of Rose, or something else entirely. She doesn't even know. Russell T Davies doesn't even know. Basically, he had to call somebody in to have Ncuti Gatwa regenerate into somebody because he left the show.
Yes,
and that was it.
That's our understanding of it.
And Disney stopped paying for it, so they're just like humna. Rose Tyler, there we go. Call it Billie Piper. She likes Doctor Who.
But we gave him David Tennant and Catherine Tate. Get Rose back too.
Exactly. And I'm like, okay. So at this point, like there is no plan. Just admit. Russell, there is no plan. I think that's how he was going to nope out because he said he probably won't come back for another season.
Nothing of value. Once upon a time, I would have said something of value is lost, but now we know nothing of value is lost.
But the reason he used Billie Piper, I think, is because he started the show with Billie Piper. She was the first character we saw because the whole episode was called Rose. So if he's leaving the show again, just leave it with Rose and leave that mess for somebody else to clean up. Kind of like The Last Jedi, right? Just kind of like where you left everything, it was in shambles, and the next person had to come in and try to clean it up. But there's no.
They go back to the old person, so they're gonna bring Moffat in and say, "Here, fix it."
You know what I think is happening? This is what I think is happening. If those rumors are true, that Sony is going to help bankroll the next season, series, whatever phase of Doctor Who, and the rumor is also true that they want a fresh start. They want a reboot. I think they're holding out to see what happens, because what's the point of casting another Doctor if you're going to have to recast somebody in a couple of months anyway? Mm-hmm. That's what I think's going on.
I don't know, but either way, I just doubt there's going to be a Christmas special, because there's just no way to have time now. If you haven't filmed it by now or started by now, there's just no way.
Yeah. They said, with Piper as an in-demand actress, it's possible any shift from Christmas to Easter could be tied to her scheduling. Bullshit.
No.
Bullshit. They called her in at the last minute, and she just like drove on down, said, sure, I'll be in Doctor Who. I don't care. They suggested the role itself may have become harder to cast following the reaction in the most recent era, claiming the problem is they have found it difficult to find anyone who will take on the part of the 16th Time Lord, partly because it now feels like a role that comes with all the baggage of the most recent series.
But it's the greatest thing ever, and if you didn't like it, you needed to go touch grass because you were a terrible person.
So let's look at these rings. So this is coming from DoctorWhoNews.net, and we're going clear back to 100 episodes back. 2013. Actually, let's go back even further than that, because the peak of Doctor Who, new Doctor Who, was the David Tennant era. So if we're going through the David Tennant era, we can see that we had the specials were 10 million, 12 million, 7, 6. Here's a 12. Here's almost 8, 10 million. Okay, that was the David Tennant era, right? And then we're going to go up through. Let's see, Matt Smith here. And we're still in the 6s and the 7s. Time of the Doctor, Day of the Doctor. They were the specials. They did 12 and 11 million. And everything was pretty consistent. 6, 7 million, 8 million. And then we get into Jodie Whittaker's era. We get into Peter Capaldi's, and it starts dipping into the 4s. And then we get into Jodie Whittaker's, and it starts to drop off a cliff into the 3s. And now here we are at Ncuti Gatwa. And 2, 2.7, 2.8, 3.24 million. Yeah. Remember how they said, hey guys, wait for the digital, wait for the Premiere Plus, whatever, the month or whatever that they were going to figure out on the iPlayer. It's like, nobody's watching this show. Nobody's watching this show. And
then Christmas or whatever, you're going to have people watch it because just turn it on because it's tradition and leave it run in the background. So yeah. It's not over here, but over there at least.
And people do give new Doctors a chance, because the first episode with Ncuti Gatwa was it The Giggle or the Church on Ruby Road, 6.85, 7.49. So they gave him a chance. They didn't like it, and then it just dropped off a cliff. And we saw the same thing with Jodie Whittaker. The Woman Who Fell to Earth did 10 million. And then you could see from 10 million to 9.
They wanted to see what a female doctor was like.
Yep, and then it just started dropping, and then by the end of the season, it was down to 5s.
Well, it did good to start, but then when you realized that there wasn't going to be any, good bad guys, and the bad guy was basically themselves, and men, that was...
Men were the bad guys, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't even like the traditional bad guys. It was just, mankind is the bad guy. And people were just like, yeah, no, don't care.
Yeah. So, look, I don't blame... them. The only way they could probably save this is to just do, even if it's a soft reboot, and find a hell of a doctor, hell of a writer, and try to give this thing like normie appeal again. And you're going to have to, I'm going to tell you, you're going to have to go back to a more traditional doctor. I know you guys don't want to do that, but the people have an idea of what the doctor is in their mind. And, it's usually not a woke woman.
And a female companion.
Classic villains, or some stakes. Just you're gonna have to go back to what works, and we'll see. I think they're stalling for time to see, because that rumor was that AMC was going to be where they would stream the show, Sony was going to help bankroll it, and they were going to do a couple of new seasons. But the caveat was they had to reboot the series because it was so bad right now. And part of that came true. AMC announced that they are going to be streaming all the new Who episodes except for the 2 Disney seasons. So it's possible they're just waiting to see what's going on. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. What do you think? You don't care. You don't give a shit.
No, all I'm sitting here thinking about was when you said about the stakes are higher, and I thought, okay, that'd be funny. What if he's coming back to Earth to try to stop the Lone Star ticks and people's meat allergies?
They're aliens. They're aliens.
They're like alien ticks. And they're
alien
making people
ticks
allergic to meat with their leader Bill Gates.
With their leader Bill Gates.
You know, they're trying to multiply, and he has to stop them. I'm sorry. I'm really checked out right now.
All right. Well, let's wrap this up, guys.
Yes.
Please subscribe. We'll talk later.
Bye.